order and call roll. Mrs. Boroff.
Here.
Ms. Brody. Here. Dr. Kulkowski. Here. Mrs. Mitchell.
Here.
Mr. Murray.
Here.
Mrs. Williams. Here. Quorum is present. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this Act, the Scotch Plains Fanwood Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted at the Board of Education offices located at 512 Cedar Street, Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Such notice was provided in written notice forwarded to the Star Ledger, the Times, the Township Clerk of Scotch Plains, and the Borough Clerk of Fanwood. And revised annual notice of regularly scheduled meetings adopted on August 29th, 2019. At this time, I'd like to report the results of the annual school election. There were 3 open board positions, 2 for Scotch Plains and 1 for Fanwood. In Scotch Plains, 2 candidates ran for 2 positions. In Fanwood, 2 candidates were on the ballot, but 1 candidate withdrew before the election. But since he was on the ballot, there are election results for that too. In Fanwood, there were total votes cast 1,905. Out of total registered voters, 5929. For the 3-year term, Scott Berlinski received 607 votes and Amy Winkler received 893 votes. In Scotch Plains, there were 2 people running. The total votes cast were 4,048. The total registered voters were 18,610. Stephanie Suriani received 2,635 votes, and Nancy Bauer received 2,525 votes. Mm-hmm. If Stephanie Suriani and Amy Winkler will join me in the middle of the floor, I will administer the oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Stephanie Suriani,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established
and to the government established
in the United States and this state,
in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
So help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Stephanie Suriani,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
for the office of member of Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to, are they supposed to say
You can just say pursuant to law, it's fine.
pursuant to the law,
pursuant to the law,
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense
nor disqualified due to the conviction of a crime or offense
listed in the statute,
listed in the statute,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all of the duties of that office
perform all of the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Okay, the first order of business is for the election of the President of the Board of Education. Do we have any nominations for the President?
I'd like to make a nomination for Karen Kulakowski to be president. Karen Kulakowski.
Okay. Second. Do we have any additional nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. Is the nominee able and willing to serve if elected?
Yes, I am.
We will now take a roll call vote on Dr. Karen Kulakowski for President of the Board. Mrs. Boroff,
Yes.
Mrs. Brody,
Yes.
Dr. Kulakowski,
Yes.
Mrs. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mrs. Suriani,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams,
Yes.
Mrs. Winkler.
Yes.
Motion passes. Dr. Kulakowski is elected President of the Board. And I will now turn the gavel over.
Thank you, and thank you for your nomination. And I appreciate your continued support and your faith in me to execute this job to the best of my ability. Thank you so much. Okay, moving on. Now we need to elect a vice president. And can I please have a nomination for a vice president? Mrs. Winkler,
I'd like to nominate Evan Murray.
second, and seconded by Deb Brody. Are there any other nominations for vice president?
Second.
Oh, I did. Evan, are you willing and able to handle vice president of the Board of Education? Okay. Ms. Sardaki, will you please call the roll for a vote?
Sure. Mrs. Winkler,
Yes.
Mrs. Brody,
Yes.
Mrs. Boroff,
Yes.
Dr. Kulakowski,
Yes.
Mrs. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mrs. Suriani,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your support.
Okay, at this time, can I have a motion for the official newspaper and publication of public notices?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Brody. And could someone read that for me?
Sure. I move that the Board of Education pursuant to New Jersey State Statute, Chapters 1 and 2, Title 3, relating to newspapers' publication of legal public notices, officially approve the Times, the Scotch, the Star Ledger, and the Alternative Press, the TAP, as the official publications for all district official legal public notices for the remainder of the school year.
Thank you. Any question or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Can I have a motion for the adoption of the existing board policies and curricula?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Winkler. Was there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. Ms. Winkler, will you please read the motion?
Yes. I move that the Board of Education adopts the policies and rules and regulations currently in effect in the policy manual. And I move that the Board of Education adopts the school district curriculum as previously approved by the board.
Any question or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Mrs. Sardaki, is that a roll call since it's
Because it's
curriculum?
curriculum.
You don't need a roll call for
Okay.
that. Nope.
All right, then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Next, I'd like to have a motion for review and adoption of the board member code of ethics.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Soriani. Would you please read the motion?
Sure. I move that the Board of Education reviews and adopts the New Jersey School Board Member Code of Ethics.
Any question or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you. Number 8, we need a delegate for the Union County School Board.
The nomination?
Yes, we need a nomination. This is for the Union County School Board Association.
Oh, for Union County. Oh, yeah.
You're self-nominating, Mrs. Winkler?
I'll nominate Amy.
You're nominating Mrs. Winkler.
Second.
Okay. And Mr. Murray, you seconded. Thank you. Are there any other,
We also have an alternate for that.
okay. Are there any other nominations? Perhaps an alternate?
Do we have one?
Last year, we had the alternate of Ms. Soriani. Are you interested in being the alternate
Yes.
again? Okay, are there any other bodies interested? Okay, so then we've had a motion and a second, no others wanting to be the representative, but we do have an alternate. Union County School Board, all those in favor for Mrs. Winkler? Aye. And with Mrs. Soriani as the alternate?
Aye.
And any abstaining? Any noes? Motion carries. Thank you both. Next, we need a delegate for New Jersey School Boards.
I nominate Amy Boroff.
Second.
Okay, Amy Boroff, and is there any other nomination?
Alternate.
Does anybody like to be the alternate for the New Jersey School Boards?
I nominate Tanya Williams.
Thank you. Ms. Williams, you want to be the alternate?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, so we had Mrs. Boroff nominated to be the representative with Mrs. Williams as the alternate. Any question or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any noes? Motion carries. Thank you both. And then the Union County Education Services Commission Representative Assembly, number 10. Can I have that motion and nomination?
Nominate Deb Brody.
We second. Thank you. We second.
Thank you, Mrs. Boroff. I appreciate that. Anybody else wish to be that representative? Anybody wish to be the alternate?
I nominate Tanya Williams to be the alternate. Thank you.
Tanya, will you be willing to be
Yes,
that
thank you.
alternate
I
as
accept.
well? Okay, so we have Deb Brody as the representative and Tanya Williams as the alternate. Thank you both. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any noes? Okay, motion carries. Thank you both for willing to serve on the UCESC. Other board business. Before us on the table, something we haven't seen before, about vestibule security intercom,
Yes, and it really should be business item.
a business item, not other, just plain business.
Other board. I can explain it.
If you would, please.
We had the intercom system installed at the high school last year. This is a company that's on the Hunterdon County Educational Services Commission Cooperative. And they did a very good job at the high school, and we wanted to engage them to complete the security vestibules at the other schools. This is to set up the buzzer system so it works between the two doors and the office, and if somebody's standing outside the vestibule. And it also puts the intercom system in the right place, so when you buzz and the office asks who's there before they let you in. Based on where the security vestibule is, there are some cases where it's moved to another side of the entrance, and so the intercom needs to be moved. So this will include setting up the buzzer systems and intercom systems for the doors for all the schools since the security vestibules have been installed.
And when you say they can talk, it's a verbal anyway, there's no visuals, there's no cameras?
The cameras are already there.
There is,
And
okay.
we're going to have an adjustment in some of those that we'll have the camera company give us a quote for and come in and do.
So is this mainly moving them because they're already there, but they have to move them inside the vestibule or the security
In some
vestibule?
cases, it's rewiring them if they need rewiring. They came out and evaluated each of the vestibules to determine what they would have to do. And then it's also adding wiring, because right now there's just one buzzer in the office. And so they can hit the buzzer and it lets someone in the door. And at that time, it was just an exterior door. But now we have a set of two doors. So we need to wire that so that it can be opened properly.
When the main office hits the buzzer, it only unlocks the door into the vestibule.
Yes.
And then the person remains locked in the vestibule until someone in the school then buzzes them through again.
That's how it will be set up.
And just for clarification, so we already approved this company and they already did the install at the high school. This is just the add-on to the existing, to the same vendor to do the
Yes.
rest of the schools. So
Yes.
okay, because originally I wasn't sure that we ever talked about this, but it sounds like now, I guess we did talk about this in facilities at one point to enable the high school and said, based on how that was going to go, we were going to continue and do it with the rest of the school. So now
Yes.
I recall. Okay, I'm getting old. Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? So then can we have a motion for the vestibule security intercom system?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Winkler. Thank you, Mr. Murray. Would you please read the motion, Ms. Winkler?
Yeah, I move that the Board of Education approves the vestibule security intercom system and installation by Hogan Security Group. Proposal of $93,055 for the 5 elementary and 2 middle schools. Hunterdon County Educational Services Commission Purchasing Cooperative Contract Number 185. Funds in the amount of $93,055 will be withdrawn from capital reserve.
Any other question or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you. You're welcome, Ms. Oriani. Thank you. Public comment, as per Regulation 9322-R, 3 minutes per public speaker. As you approach the podium, please state your name and the town in which you reside. Okay. Seeing no one. Remarks for the good of the order.
Should I give the heads up on Park Middle School?
Congratulations to our newly elected and installed members, Ms. Soriani and Mrs. Winkler. Welcome to have you back, and thank you so much for
Or should we
running
do that
again.
quietly?
Happy New Year to everybody, too. Welcome
Yes.
back. This is our
Happy New Year.
first time that we've met since our winter meeting in December.
Which seems so long ago.
It does, doesn't it?
We go into closed session.
Okay, it does.
We go to closed session for the tree.
Try to remind everybody that the next public meeting is.
Any other remarks for the good of the order? Well, we'll look forward to seeing you at our very next meeting, which will be Thursday, January 23rd, the open agenda meeting at 7:30 in this building here on Cedar Street. And at this time, can I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Okay, any question or discussion?
Yes, Madam President, I believe that prior to adjournment, we're going to go into closed session for some legal advice.
Okay, we'll be going into closed session, and we will not return into public.
Correct.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I didn't think so. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.